Welcome to the Saturday Night Podcast, where we're going to talk about all the uncomfortable truths that no one wants to talk about, or they don't want to pay attention to, or, yeah, just like all them good things there. We're going to go around and introduce everyone. Of course, I am XR, your host tonight. I have the great titties. This is Heather Overmare.
What's up?
And we got Shadow in the distance over there.
What up, y'all?
Got Bekibea with us today.
Well,
We got Roach 421 or 4. Wait,
5, 2,
numbers? Is he muted?
No, I'm not.
Okay. And we have Devin in the chat with us today.
Hello.
Hola, hola. Yes, we're going to be talking about all the uncomfortable things and stuff. So I have a list of topics we're going to cover here. Does anyone want a topic to start off with?
If only I had a D20, right?
Alright. What about parrots of the media? Anyone heard that term before?
That term again?
Yeah.
Parrots of the media.
It sounds like somebody who just repeats something in the media over and over again to get it in your head.
Yep. They don't even think about where the source is coming from. They don't think like where they're getting their information from. Like, are they in your best interest? Like, no one's even doing research anymore. It's getting a little bit concerning. People are turning into the parrots of the media. They're just repeating what they see. They don't really care about research or actually like thinking logically, I guess. And it's getting a little bit scary that people are just falling into that. I will turn this porn couch around.
Oh my
And everybody's
god.
gonna be staring at her asses. It already looks
He was the first one to cast on this couch, just to let you guys know.
that.
Oh, bitch!
Damn it.
Yeah, so parrots in the media, that's pretty much just like someone who can't think for themselves or they just weren't taught to. They just kind of fall into the sheep herd. The
Facts. That's a prime example.
I'm talking about the person who's just sitting there.
Oh.
Scrolling.
Short video, short video, short video, short video, short video.
That's why I don't watch. I never really watch TikTok like that. It seemed a little.
I guess maybe I should put my
Addictive,
input
yeah.
in on it first. Kind of clarify. So, short videos, I see them damaging minds. They're giving a short trip of dopamine, which is basically rewiring their brain to not go after long-term dopamine anymore. So, like, saving up money to buy something that you wanted to get that takes a long time to save up for. Nobody wants to do that anymore because they're getting this short dopamine trip. Is rewiring their brain, so that's all they want is that quick dopamine. They don't want to put the extra work into anything anymore. And it's making people lethargic, and the creators of short videos is also killing them too, because they have to post fucking 3 new videos a day just to keep up. And like, it's mentally destroying the creators as well as the viewers.
It's all about the instant gratification.
Yes.
That's what that.
That TikTok that went viral with him in it, it's pretty funny.
If you have any questions or want to know more about it, let me know.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
He was on a casting couch too. He's doing it right now.
Take your pants off.
Puts the lotion on.
Puts
Stop
the loaf.
freaking twisted.
I look at it more, like you said, like it's a dopamine killer.
It is.
Because there
It
are
really
people
is.
that ask you short-term goals and their long-term goals. Now people are depriving themselves for that. So used to getting an instant. And so if you only have that instant in front of you, 5 minutes video. You don't care. As long as it made my day better 5 seconds.
Yep.
I can see it. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to test everyone with a theory here. So you got to keep your mind open on this one. So, like, if you don't have anything to do for the day, sit there and scroll through short videos nonstop for like an hour, 2 hours, and turn it off and just sit there and evaluate how you feel. You are going to feel more shitty than when you started.
So, I kind of have a rebuttal towards that. I don't know if 90, a percentage of people who do this, but like, I'm the type of person that's just like, if I have nothing to do at that time, or if I'm laying in bed, and again, laying in bed, nothing to do at that time, what do you do?
Self-improvement.
You're laying in bed. You're laying in bed. I'm gonna improve myself right now. I'm trying to go to sleep, but no, I mean, just
Learn.
you scroll through. I mean, today's generation, just today, as we follow through anything else, because it's it's TikTok. You scroll through TikTok. That's it. It's a terrible fucking. It's
Delete
a terrible
it.
thing. No, I agree, but
It's making
like,
you lazy. Delete it.
but I make TikToks. You make TikToks. Most of the people in the world make TikToks, or they at least have a TikTok to watch other TikToks. It's just one of those things like you don't have to have, but you want to have just to fill the time. It's a time filler. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. I agree.
For me, it's only a time filler when I have to shit.
Yeah, that too. No, I mean, I'm serious. Yeah, we're all taking shits. We're sitting there just being lazy. We're being human beings. We're like, I've got nothing else to do. I'm gonna whip out my phone, get fucking poop particles on my phone, and watch TikToks and shit like that, and have a laugh, and hopefully that turn comes out a little easier. It's just, it's. I guess it helps time go by faster. Hence
It makes the poop quicker.
After the painful shit.
after the painful poop, because the painful shit, you got to have something to numb the mind for that. It's just like, I gotta mentally prepare myself. This is gonna suck, but I'm gonna laugh at woo wop or something. Just like, I'm gonna kill my mother.
It'll feel better later.
Exactly. Like it's.
I feel better now.
The short videos are. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah. To me.
It's getting bad.
It gets bad, but to me, in a way, all the short videos kind of make things a little interesting in the world. It's just like, it breaks up the monotony of, I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit there and watch a 45-minute YouTube video. That's just me. Because it could be the same thing over and over, which, TikTok, I can scroll up and be like, well, that's different, that's different, that's different.
And that's just killing people.
That is. I agree. I agree. Next thing you know, it's fucking 3 hours later. I should have been sleeping or something like that. But it's a terrible thing. But it's not the worst thing in the world.
But like, if you see like a younger person, like like the generation after us who's not all the way there yet, like pay attention to how much they actually like scroll TikTok and stuff like that, and you can actually determine like how far they are in life. You could literally have the correlation between the two. It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, I choose not to hang out with people that are necessarily like 10 years younger than me.
Ammo just dropped in. Hoodie.
What up?
We're just discussing short videos and how poopy they are.
Hey, cheers to the cheers! The small glass crowd. I love it.
There we go.
Small glass, small baby.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, this guy's got the big fucking glass. You know what? Fuck you. I'll go grab my own.
Okay.
He's got the biggest bottle to shove up his booty.
Hey, I might enjoy that a little bit, just FYI.
Alright, we all caught up on short videos next?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we? Is everyone's opinion?
Oh.
Are we talking like the shorts on YouTube or the
All of them.
Instagram, TikTok?
Yeah.
Like,
All of it.
yeah,
Mainly-
I'm fucking addicted to those.
I mean, it's.
It also depends
But I've
on the content.
Shit's almost as bad as fucking like drugs. Like it's terrible.
I'm sure you probably discussed it before I got in, but I've noticed a lot of the videos that will play for you if you just keep scrolling up, they're based off like the pages that you follow and the other content that you search.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a feeling you guys probably already touched on that.
Algorithm. Oh yeah, we didn't touch on the algorithm. Fuck. Yeah, they push an algorithm
Yeah,
to
even
make
if
you
you-
look at stupid shit.
Well, even if you so much like I've seen it, witnessed it firsthand. You could just be talking to somebody about like one very particular thing. Like right
Yes.
now, if I were to say,
Yes. Yes.
you know,
Yes.
Betty White was so funny when my mom used to watch her on Golden Girls. How she was just like
Oh,
purposely
R.I.P..
like the biggest klutz on the show. And I'm willing to bet you. I'm going on my phone right now. Okay, give me 2 seconds. So I've already mentioned the word Betty White. Okay,
Probably pop up.
I'm gonna go
Rest in
on.
peace, Betty.
R.I.P. Betty.
We love you. I have a good
Instant
topic
pepperoni.
for the females next.
The
I
two
mean,
that
Are we
on
being
here.
put in the hot seat?
Am I allowed
Right.
to answer any of those too?
No, it's not.
No.
I mean, if you get them too. I mean, that's on you. Like, I don't want to know what's dropping in your DMs.
Depends on the day of the week.
Yeah. It's Boner Tuesday. I get a lot of boners in my DMs today.
No,
I
those
thought
are
it was Titty
Wednesdays.
Tuesday.
Okay, so nothing popped up on Instagram,
changing it.
but
It's
let me
Boner
go through
Tuesday.
this one.
No, it's
We're bringing it
Wednesdays.
back.
Wanker
No,
Wednesdays.
Camel Man, I know what you're talking.
Huh?
I was talking.
Yeah,
to
I'm
Camel.
trying to go through.
I know what you're talking about. The maybe last week. I'm talking
phones are-
about my
Oh, yeah, yeah,
landlord service or whatever. Now I'm getting it all over Facebook.
I'm sure everyone's seen that happen. They talk about something around their phone and they start seeing ads and shit about it, but they never
Oh,
even...
yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Shit's fucking creepy.
Well, I'm going through this one website that I'm always checking out to see. Okay, let's
Look,
see. These twins are named
that's
most. No,
for a
21
different
Phillips,
website.
who are blah.
All right,
Yeah,
we ready
arms
for the
list.
next topic? I know it's going to be the same answer all the way around, but it's still a good thing to bring up. Dick pics.
Okay.
What's wrong with dick pics? Dick pics have been happening since like the fucking 2000s.
Since you can take
Roach
pictures
is over there like, see, I'm doing it right now.
Bro, I'm taking fucking dick pics on a Polaroid and mailing that shit across the world. It's gonna take a minute, but like she's gonna get it and she's gonna write back. She's like, "I'm wet." 6 weeks later, I'm gonna get a letter, be like, "I'm wet too?" Question mark. I forgot all about that. You know, like.
Oh my god. That's the worst fucking having sex over letters. Sex letters.
You mean
the original
sexting?
sext.
Yeah, the original sex fucking 3
The
weeks
OG,
later.
OG fucking sex.
Fucking 30 numbers at a time to send one message.
I've been holding this
Or-
nut for 3
Pony.
weeks for this letter.
or something we can all
The Pony Express text.
all we
Oh
can
my
all
God.
necessarily relate to is when we all had the phones where it's like, you know, you have to buy the minutes or buy the text and stuff like that, and
It
after a
was
certain
free
time,
from 9 at
Yeah,
night
yeah.
to 9 in the
Yeah.
morning.
it's like I can send dick pics after fucking 9:30 p.m. or some shit like that. I'm like, I can't wait, Mom. When can I get the phone?
All right.
Sit there 5 minutes before, just like, I'm ready. And it's 9
You have
o'clock.
it preloaded. You're just
You know
waiting
what?
to hit send.
You're walking around the house with a boner still. You're just like, oh my god, I just want to take this picture and send it already.
All right, we're gonna start with Becky's opinion first. How do you
we're
feel?
gonna go give it to Devin.
Oh, okay. Devin has the mic first.
Oh, why me? But okay.
Because I'm
you're
in a
not
room full
Becky?
of guys right now.
You don't like.
Well, I mean, personally, I don't care for them when it comes from somebody who I don't know and I'm not dating them in a relationship. It's kind of a huge turnoff for me, personally.
Does it have
And,
to be asked for?
In a sense, yes. Or, like, for example,
least
if
something
I'm
they can
dating
do.
someone and, you know, and we're trying to make things a little bit spicy, then yes, I'm not going to mind as much. But if it's from a random stranger, I'm going to get really grossed out. And it's kind of disgusting to me personally.
So let's say you send him like titty pictures or something. Like, is it okay
I'm not going to
for?
send that to anybody I don't know.
I'm just saying, if you know the person you're dating, like, whatever, like, if you send a like titty picture, like, is it okay for him to just be like, "Hey, look at my dick"? Like without even
Yeah, that's
asking?
fine.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
No,
That's
she's
perfectly
gonna-
fine.
She's gonna sit there and just type in a random phone number and just send it. Be like, hey,
How you like these?
How you doing?
Can I see your wiener?
Devin.
Oh, speaking of a weird thing,
Sorry.
Let us see that winner.
Let me see the
Ask me about it.
ask me
Okay.
about my wiener.
Becky, go ahead.
Oh, you see,
She's looking at great disgust towards
He
us. She's like,
started this-
why do we have to talk about
Squirrel.
dicks right now?
Squirrels. Go ahead.
squirrel.
All the wieners. Yeah, distractions and wieners. I mean, they go hand in hand. Get it?
Y'all see what I actually have to deal with.
It's worse when we're all here together.
No. No.
It is.
Becky, I'm completely understanding your mental sanity at this point.
Oh, hey, Spooky. It's okay that you're not feeling good. That's all right. You can still type in chat. We'll look in there, see if you have any topics or anything you want to say about stuff.
Send dick pics.
Is she on the general chat?
Yes.
She
The
is
Twitch
in-
chat.
I am not one to ask, nor do I wish to have them. I definitely don't want them from random people.
Is it because
No,
it
thank
looks
you.
like a weird mole rat?
Naked mole rat.
Yeah, naked mole rat. Just sitting there like,
Like, what's that show? What is that show with the naked mole rat?
Kim Possible.
Kim
Impossible.
Possible.
Yeah, that's what everyone's wiener looks like.
Not everyone.
Not everyone.
No.
Yes, it is.
Some look really
Yes, it is.
bad.
The consensus agrees.
Spooky said they sometimes look like the form mushrooms.
Swarms of mushrooms.
It's a mushroom on a stump.
Wow.
Oh, what is this fucking Mario?
Yeah,
Mario.
come level up on this mushroom.
Those aren't actually mushrooms in Mario. Those are all dicks. Same with the Goombas.
And he hops on them. That's scary.
But
Yeah.
honestly, like I would rather not have any of them, and it's not because they look weird. Because I don't have this. No, it's just
It's weird because she doesn't have one.
It's exactly. It's foreign to you.
just
It literally wieners are
that's
foreign
good.
to you. I'm sorry. If I went up to a Japanese person and I spoke to him, I'd be like a little weirded out because I don't speak a lot of Japanese. If you see a random wiener, you're gonna be like, "That's weird. I don't have a wiener, but that's weird." You know, it's the same thing. Not different, but same.
well, no,
Same, same.
It's not even because I don't
Am I
have it.
right?
It's just like, what do you want me to do with this picture? Like, I can't do anything with this picture.
Delete it.
Yeah.
But then
Hold
why
on your shirt.
even send it in the first
Aw.
place?
Because people are fucking
'Cause-
weird. It's 2022. So what else do you want me to
do
tell
it
you?
in 2002.
I mean,
People's brains are wired to a completely different fucking. Normal people are like here. Different people are here. Fucked up people are like all up here. You know, we're on some sort of spectrum. They're like, I'm just gonna type out a number and send a random dick pic. I've never done that. I'm just saying. I don't know if any other guy in this chat can say the same thing, but I've never just typed out a number and it's like, look at my wiener.
I would do the same.
I've done it twice.
Never mind.
Did you see what Spooky said? That's
Yeah,
fucking
what I said.
hilarious.
I would do the same.
Someone sends me their meat, I'm sending it to their mom. That would be fucking hilarious.
Right, here you go.
Actually, Becky, I think I can answer your question. It's the simple fact that for the same reason we want them, we're hoping that you will do the same with Zed.
He's kind of
Y-
right there.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
At
not
least from
wrong.
the
No,
guy's
you're not
perspective.
wrong.
But again, it takes me back to I have a picture that I didn't ask for, didn't want, and I wasn't informed. What am I supposed to do with this?
Right.
The same
it to
thing.
their mom.
It's the same thing when
Yeah.
we get them. It's the
would.
same thing when we're like, oh hey, like, okay, you
That
know
goes into a different topic.
Yeah,
how
I have
you
so
know,
many questions why you're getting dick pic.
No, we're trying to get the female perspective on it first.
Oh shit.
So, got the female's perspective on it. And
What's your recognition? What's your perspective? I'm just curious. It's your show. What's your perspective?
Yeah.
if you want to see my dick, you gotta come get it.
Titty.
I don't have to try that hard. Trust me.
I know. You booped it on the snoot when you were over.
Damn it! Going back to the short videos. Now someone's gonna clip that and be like, "Fucking Roach just fucking booped the snoot."
May just move on and block them. Don't lie, you're sending that shit to their mom. That's
he's
the
just
best
sitting there just
fucking
going,
comeback I've ever heard.
You know?
How do I comments? I want to see.
But I recently turned that way since I was like younger and trying to be like a man ho, I guess.
Oh yeah.
And then like once I
There's a term
verged
I
off
haven't heard.
that, like I've been asked before, like, can I get a bit? No. Why
Yeah,
not?
you don't want to turn into
You wanna see
certain
it?
YouTube
I'm open.
personalities that have been caught doing that.
He's at home with my girlfriend. What are you talking about?
Up.
Battery operated boyfriend.
Hey.
No,
Got him.
not this time.
Wiener, 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 wiener.
But I,
Alright, topic.
Wiener next to another wiener.
Okay, Herb the Perv, calm your shit.
oh god, do it.
Hey,
Do it.
Here, you little bitch. How about I come over there and I smack you across the ass with this nice tan belt?
Ooh, giggity, don't tempt me with a good time.
Okay, I don't know.
Hey, don't be making him excited next to me.
Oh, we're gonna cover
it goes in
dating
that.
apps.
It kind
Cover
of flows
what?
in with that last one.
Huh?
It kind of flows in with that last one.
It does. We're gonna cover dating apps. So,
Dating app.
whoever wants to
Dating
go first, fucking take it.
What's refill?
Let's go.
Anyone refill?
Not quite there yet.
Got that.
Nope.
Alright, so with
You
dating
almost
apps,
sounded like the Tourette's dude.
86% of them just suck.
How about who's single here? Because I know I'm single, but who's single here to where they can speak on dating apps currently?
I mean, I met my last girlfriend through a dating app, but... Or my current one, not last. My bad.
Just right off your chest already. Oh man, he's
I'm
gonna
just-
be
I
going
can come
home.
over real quick
she's
with
gonna be
blonde.
Well, she
I'm
has
just
a
a
family,
trashy
so...
person who just can't, he's just looking.
He is blonde.
Hey, I'm not blonde. Wait, who's
Yeah, I'm
blonde?
just trying to talk.
I am.
You're not blonde.
Yes, the fuck I am.
That's
all blonde.
Whoever shot
Well, fake blonde.
No, I'm actually naturally blonde too.
That's Tyler Carter from Issues. I'm just saying.
I will say the few times that I used it in my younger years back when I was in the army, it was just for more selfish personal reasons. But there's always like that subconscious hope that you never know, maybe you might find that one person. But for the most part, I'd say 80 to 90% of users are just using it to
Get a piece.
Yep.
just get some, just to get a
So-
piece of pie, if you know what I mean.
So I'll kind of piggyback
Sure.
off of exactly what you said. When I
Can't
was
wait
in the
to
Marine,
blow everyone's mind with this.
when I was in the Marine Corps, I legitimately used it just to bang. Didn't care, didn't know how, didn't know why, just wanted to bang. That's it.
I
And it worked.
actually, like to kind of piggyback off your piggyback. I actually a few times, and like mind you, this was like when I was first in the army. Like I actually used it a few times just to like find a place to stay that was close to my unit, so I didn't have to do like an hour drive that next morning.
Yeah, I didn't have that problem. sorry, I didn't have that problem. I was just like, bitch, sorry for the ladies in the chat. I quote, bitch, you're coming over here. Don't give a fuck how, don't give a fuck when. You're coming over here. We're going to do the deed, and you're going to leave. That's it. Now that I moved, it's just more or less like I do it to fill the lonely gap because I'm in an unknown place and I don't know anybody. You know what I mean?
Just remember, you're in the top 20%. So get out there.
20% of what?
Attractive males.
Attractive
not
single
attract-
men.
I'm not attractive whatsoever. You guys have
Bruh.
beards. I can't grow a beard. Look at me. Look at me.
Oh shit, you do.
Bruh. You're tall.
How do you think I feel?
You got some thick muscles. You're young. Use a
Check him
wild
out.
card.
He's been checking you
Fuck
out.
yeah, I'm checking him out right now. He's got them hot titties.
You know what's funny, Heather?
That's why Roach Boop just
Kama looks more Mexican
Yeah,
than you.
yeah.
Because I'm not Mexican.
I know you're.
But you are in the top 20%. Technically, you are statistically in the top 20%.
I'm not though.
I'd slip him the salami.
I'm a fucking chud.
I mean, you look like a Chad, but
No, I'm a chud.
It's
a
the
Chad.
Chad.
I am not an attractive person. I
you
feel
are.
wholeheartedly in my soul I am not an attractive person. That's it. So on and so forth. Move on.
Becky, the look on your face.
It's just blue. She's
I'm doing the same exact thing.
sorry.
I even did it too. I'm just like, what the fuck?
now Blondie, fucking Graybeard, and fucking Xrecognition. I would.
The fuck?
Okay, from my screen, you're fucking Graybeard.
Oh, there's my
I can't-
pirate name.
I would make-
Graybeard.
Oh my
I
god.
ain't gay, but you guys are attractive individuals. That's it.
All right, Heather, your turn. How's
My
your
turn about what?
dating apps?
What are we talking about?
Dating apps. Go.
I've used it a couple times, man. I'm old school.
You're
Old
still
school.
using it. Don't
It
even.
goes
I
to the-
like to meet
it
people.
goes to
I
the
like to
bar.
say hi.
He puts
Yeah.
his eyelashes on and goes to the bar.
Oh, hell yeah. I be batting them eyelashes a lot. What's up, baby?
Papi Muñeño?
Alright, judges, I give that one a 7. 7.
But yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
God.
I've used them a couple times. I don't get they keep asking for money or they ain't interested. They want to take it slow. Fuck that. I'm not on a dating app to look for a wife. Fuck that.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Hell no.
Subconsciously, you are.
Subconsciously, you're like, I'm gonna fuck and be like, damn, that was the best fuck of my life. I want to keep fucking.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you
it
had that
happens.
right
It
one, it
happens
would
to the.
happen.
I'm just saying, it happens to the
No,
best of
no.
us. You never know.
I get what you're saying.
All right, Becky or Devin next.
Nose goes.
Okay, Devin.
And you can't see hers, so haha.
Oh, real reggae. BRB.
I'm sorry. Are
Okay,
you
bro.
asking me to step in?
Yes, dating
Yeah.
apps.
Well, they're interesting, to say the least. For that, pretty much it's the same fucking personality traits of The Office is my favorite thing, or a guy holding a fucking picture of a fish, or saying some stupid, cheesy, corny line just to try to say that I'm different or impressionable. But honestly, it's not even worth it. Just wasting time, to be quite honest.
The fish is accurate.
Can I
I
add something?
mean, if you guys saw some of the shit that I fucking see on the dating apps, I honestly just sit there and I'm like, is this really what's in the dating pool? And the thing is, I'm not even looking at people's faces or anything like that. I genuinely read their profiles and it's literally the same shit. It's just a different day. Honestly, it's boring.
Same shit, different asshole.
Pretty much.
Anyone else want to fill in, or can I blow the lid off this shit?
Blow the lid. I had
I'm
something.
gonna go. Shadow can go.
I'm good. I don't have anything.
Oh,
What I missed?
Ah,
not much.
All I heard was. All I heard was.
Everything.
Same shit, different assholes. So.
so I kind of understand where Devin's coming from because I've used them and you just kind of look at it like everybody's saying, "Oh, there's more fish in the sea." Yeah, I'm dealing with the carp. Ain't nobody want that.
You're dealing with
It's
the
all
fish, or
paper
you're
print.
dealing with the carp. I'm dealing with the crabs. There's too many crabs in the sea.
Ew. You might want to get that checked.
Not
If you
me.
smother them with butter, they get fat and then they fall off. And you get a nice little crab dinner when you're done.
I mean, unfortunately, I'm allergic, but you know, good for you.
So I want to cover on what Spooky said here. She said guys just want to fuck and move on, and if you don't give, then they stop talking.
Yep, that too.
That is very accurate, but did you also know statistically, women only find 5% of all the swipes that they do on a dating website, only 5% attractive men. And those same 5% of attractive men are in the higher tier of men. And they're having literally pussy thrown at them left and right. So, of course, they're going to come at you with that mentality. That is a statistic.
Just big.
That is a thing. Like, I was telling Roach here, he's in the top 20% of men because he fits the description. He's tall, honestly, he's beautiful.
Handsome.
Nope.
He's a musician, so bonus points.
Yeah, musician.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Nope.
You got fucking muscles, like you fit the description. You got your own place, you make your own money, you got your own vehicle, you got your own job. Like you fit. You check every fucking box.
Okay, but
Was this an entire
remember
setup
people
just to
with
be like,
felonies living with their mama and shit like that?
Yeah, we're putting you on
but
E-Day.
hold on a second. Hold on a second, because you're saying he has a car, he has a house, he has this, so on and so forth. There's plenty of women who are single who have their own place, a car, and all those other things that men have. So what you're saying, that's very bare minimum of what someone should be bringing to the table. So just because someone has a car, a house, or if they have a condo, apartment, whatever, that's bare minimum.
That's
Yeah,
how
but
men make
the
their
other
value.
women that
Our dick
you
pics.
talk about, most of the other women don't have their own house, their own car. Like most of the women on the dating apps don't have that. That's most of them.
Okay. So I'm not here to like brag about myself, but I'm a very self-sufficient person. I own literally everything I have. I don't have a roommate. I don't have anyone on any loans I own and stuff like that. I'm just saying, 90% of the women I talk to, and, you know, I mean, it's probably I haven't looked into the statistics. God damn it!
Haven't looked into the numbers.
Thank you. I haven't looked into the numbers for the men, for the male population or anything like, but women, 95% of the time have some sort of partner. They have someone who is helping with said loan, or they are a co-signer or something like that, or a roommate or something like that. You know, it's, I hate to say it, but it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Someone has to know.
Codependency.
Yes, codependency, but no, it's kind of like the statement. It's a true statement. I'm sorry, but women are more codependent on somebody else than a male is more dependent on themselves. A male can do it by themselves. A female, just the stigma. The stigma, a female cannot just do it on by themselves. I'm sorry, that's just today's day and age.
Can I fill in? Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm agree with what Devin said there. I forgot what she said now. I was thinking about it.
I
Scroll. Oh, yes. Not saying that a woman doesn't have those things, but a man builds his value on that.
Yes, 100%.
So are you saying you find a man attractive if he doesn't have a car, doesn't have a job, doesn't make his own money? Like, you're not going to respect that man. For a man to earn respect, he has to make and do and be independent himself before getting into a relationship.
Exactly, 100%.
That's how the
Of course,
mentality
they
was
have to
back
be
in the day.
self-sufficient. I'm not saying that I'm not just gonna only date somebody who has, you know, a Bugatti or somebody who has a six-figure salary or something like that, because that's unrealistic. But as long as the person who I potentially date or in a relationship with is self-sufficient, I'm okay with that. I just don't want somebody who's just going to be completely like, oh, I'm just not doing anything with my life. Because let's be realistic here. There are people who go through phases in their life to where they have difficulties when it comes to finances, or something impacts them with work or family to where they have to adjust their life for a period of time, and it's going to impact them maybe short term or long term. So I don't think it's fair just to say, oh, well, if somebody has everything going for them, but yet once they hit trouble, that they're not worth it anymore. That's not right to me. It doesn't sound right, and it doesn't feel right to me. And if you're only going to be with someone on their good days and not their bad, then you're not in a relationship for the right reason. Sorry.
I think
I think the whole point that he was getting at with the dating apps is that, I can't remember who was saying it, but it's, most of the men that are on the dating apps are like what Recognition was saying, was that they're like Roach here, who are basically self-sufficient, whereas most of the women on the dating apps aren't, is the point that I think he was trying to get across when it comes to the dating apps.
Say about 63%.
But yes, Devin, you're right. You have, valid points in what you're saying. But in regards to like how the dating apps work, it's kind of true. Most of the people that I've seen on those dating apps, there's some sort of codependency that they're still living with. They're not as self-sufficient as, the top of the line men that are on there. You know what I mean? But then again, not a lot of the men are too. So.
And that kind of goes with like the top elite dudes and stuff. Like they have all that and then some. And like obviously they're going to be sought after more. Like they're going to be more attractive to women. Women are going to go after them more. But like the thing is, only like the top 20% of men are out there like truly fucking. So all the same girls are all going after the same dudes, and then they come out with the mentality, oh, he's trash, he cheated on me, blah blah. Yeah, dude's getting like all the women getting thrown at him. It's just nothing but temptation. And he's in the top elite, and he looks good, and like all this other stuff. Like, of course he's gonna go out there. Like, that's just what these rich, higher quality fucking dudes do. Now, average Joe Smo, not so much.
Well, you better exert a lot of confidence.
Liquid confidence. Liquid confidence, boys.
Oh, Dreaded, what's up?
Sometimes.
No, 95% of the time.
But like the dating apps, like I was saying, like the women seek after the more attractive men, and like the other dudes don't even have a chance. They don't get DM'd or anything.
Unless you're showing abs, a bright ass smile.
But at the same time, a woman can doll herself up, go down to the bar, more than likely get fucked that night.
Exactly.
And that's where the ratio gets different.
Yes.
The ratio is different from the dating apps to the bar scenes. There's a whole different spectrum.
Oh,
the ratio gets blown out of proportion when you go
for a female
from
to get laid than it is a dude.
Oh yes.
Yeah, no, that is a true stigma. Like the chances of a woman
There ain't
going
no
to a
stigma
bar
about it. It's the truth.
No, women go. I'm sorry, and for the women who are watching or the women who are present, but if a woman goes to a bar, they're not present with like a group of guys, they're not currently with a guy, the chances of them getting, quote unquote, laid or going home with somebody increasingly higher than a guy. I'm just saying that's a fact.
Especially with alcohol.
That's 100%. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. It's just it's a fact. Because men, if you come down to it, men are, I hate to say it, but I love it. Liver King, we're primal. We seek out. We seek out. I'm just saying. Men are testosterone-filled fucking creatures who just literally crave nothing but to reproduce.
Procreate, yeah.
Becky, go ahead.
I hate to say it, and like women are like, I'm not gonna call you objects because that's just fucking wrong and such. But like,
Yes.
It's just like women, go
Yeah.
out to necessarily seek that in a sense, but they don't. No, I'm not saying Becky. I'm not saying Shadow or anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that.
I was only a woman for one day. Okay.
What the fuck?
I can get anybody.
Okay.
I put on a mini skirt, I put up a wig, and next thing you know, literally every guy in that fucking bar is trying to stick their dick in my butt.
Now,
It was.
I have a curiosity, and
Whoa.
I'm sure that Devin would understand why. Why are most guys trying to go to the bars to find their significant other versus going to, I don't know, a park or a coffee shop? Places that.
Because when they approach a
I had-
woman, more than half the time, they sound creepy.
I had the answer. I had the answer for that. I had the answer there.
Oh, go ahead and let her finish.
Oh, sorry.
I love how you're raising your hand.
I'm just
Teacher,
saying.
Teacher, I have a
Hey,
question. I have a question,
I know
teacher.
the answer. I know. Okay, because why do men go to bars?
To get laid. And a drink.
Not necessarily. Yes and no.
To get liquid courage. To talk to a woman.
Yes and no. Why do people? Okay. I should take this back. Why do people go to bars?
To get
When I
drunk.
went, it was to get drunk.
Why do you have to get drunk?
Because you're miserable with your life.
Yes. Why does a woman go to that bar?
To have a good
Same
time.
reason and have a good time. Like, almost all the same answers for a guy.
Crazy.
So
To my opinion, I go to a bar because, for one, I like to drink, but I'm also miserable at the same time. And it's just like, to drink is to be happy. A woman goes to a bar because a few different options. Just a couple I'm going to point out right off the top of my head. One, she was broken up with, and she's available. Two, she's just been lonely for a hot second, and she's just like, I'm going to get any piece of ass I can get in said place. And I had three, but I kind of forgot it. But those two, the male and female coincide. Alcohol, male, female, usually, so on and so forth, right? That I know it kind of seems like it was building up to something, but it's just kind of like relevant. I'm just saying. I know. It's just, why do people go to bars? Because they're lonely.
They're sad.
Deep down inside, you can completely deny it. You can be like, I am not a lonely individual. I'm happy as possible, but I'm going to go to this bar to, quote unquote, have fun. You meet someone at that bar, female, not a female, whatever, feels the same way. You connect, blah, blah, blah. You don't necessarily have to go to a bar to find your significant other. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes.
I know a lot of times I went because usually there are nights where it's like there's that one event that happens. You're just like, holy shit, that was interesting.
Right.
And it's kind of like the train wreck. You keep going back expecting something to happen, but there are most nights where it's just like, okay, it's an average night, rowdy crowd, or it's kind of dead. But then there are some nights where it's like, okay, the one bartender had to cuss out the one patron, or the two guys in the back playing pool get into a fight or something, or like something really funny happens. But it takes you outside of the the boringness of the four walls you live in. You go out to the bar because it's an escape from what you already have at home, because you want something different as well.
Exactly.
Doesn't necessarily mean.
Who wants to drink alone?
I mean,
high five. Everyone has their different prerogatives.
Should we move on to loneliness? Because you brought that up.
Oh no.
Male loneliness.
Skip
Oh
it.
How?
Skip it. Skip it.
No.
let's save that for when we get. Let's save that for when we get a little bit more in depth with this whole project.
This will be a fun one.
Huzzah!
I'm scared.
Me too.
Wait a
Be
second.
scared.
That one might not work. We could do male dating versus female dating.
Kind of like the same
But,
topic as going to
yeah,
the bar.
we kind of covered that one.
You
So.
merely
Blah, blah, blah,
accepted
blah,
the
blah.
darkness. I was born in it.
Social media manipulation.
We kind of covered that though.
Not fully.
Well, I mean,
And
you
we're
talk
We're
about
at the
videos.
hour mark, so I'm gonna let the talk about Andrew Tate start. Yep. So how do we feel about him? How do we feel about
I
his band?
fucking love Andrew fucking Tate. I am sorry, you can hate me, but I love the man.
All right, we got his opinion next.
I'm gonna sound really stupid asking this.
You don't know
who
who
the
it
fuck
is?
is Andrew Tate?
Oh my
Alright.
god.
I've been waiting to ask all damn day, but I wasn't gonna wait until we were on the stream.
I don't know why you didn't even prepare yourself.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
That
Shame,
was,
shame.
That was a
You
fail
were
on
not
me.
prepared.
He's
No, this one I was a little unprepared for.
basically social media is like putting out there that he's this misogynist trying to impressionate young men into thinking misogynistic ways and like treating women bad and this and that, and
Gotcha.
it's completely spewed out the wrong way.
Yes.
So your typical modern day douchebag.
No.
Yes.
No.
No?
Yeah. No. 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 Oh,
The
oh, sorry.
douchebag is higher.
Got it.
What?
They're spinning it to where Andrew is worse than the typical modern day. They're
Okay,
saying
that's
that
what I
he
was
is lower
clarifying.
than dirt
They're
based on his
Like
views
they
and
ban him
opinions.
off everything
Take a chat.
because of shit he was saying, but if you actually watch his messages and like what he's trying to teach young men, like provide for your woman, provide them security, the woman is precious, and all this other stuff, and he's telling men to like get the fuck off of your ass and do something. Like,
some push-ups.
yeah, do some fucking push-ups, work out, get your fucking life back together. Like, put some nuts into it. You got to build your value. Stop fucking sitting around.
Yes, I will. I will 100% give credit to Xrecognition over here. You know, I had some bad days since I moved out, and clearly you've taken Andrew Tate's messages into account. You know,
Yes.
and we've talked. We talk. You know, we talk. We're best friends. We've been best friends since middle school and stuff like that. And you're always telling me like, "Hey, you're sad. Do something about it. Get the
Yeah.
fuck up. Get the fuck up. Do something about it." And you know, yeah, like that. That's basically, in a sense, Andrew Tate's message. It's just like, stop being a primordial fucking goo ball on the fucking ground. Be the best you can be. That is Andrew Tate's message to everybody. It's just like, yeah, okay. In some force, I've watched interviews and whatnot of Andrew Tate, and he's just like, I'm gonna talk to a woman this way. But
He's straight up.
But exactly, he is straight up, because that woman doesn't want anything necessarily to do with him. All they want is his money.
Yeah.
They want the fame and they want the fortune, and that's all it is. And he's like, no, you're not getting that. Like, I'm gonna tell you, this is how I want you to be, and it's not bad. It's just,
It's like it goes down to the short video thing. They're taking all these clips and stuff that he obviously said the words coming out of his mouth, but it was taken out of context. Like,
exactly.
oh, thank you, Cody. I
Later.
love you.
Love you long time.
Over there and give you some Jesse.
But Andrew Tate,
Yes, give me
Andrew Tate is nothing but a he's speaking out, he's speaking his words.
He's talking about the uncomfortable truth that is that no one wants to
Exactly.
talk about or
And
think about.
People don't like to hear it, so they're gonna try everything in their power to ban him.
Yeah,
That's all it is, because they're uncomfortable with it. You can probably fill in this too. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, but in the
Heather
military.
Or Shadow. Or Coyote.
What's this? Sure, yeah, Coyote, yeah.
Rose Army. What?
Yeah. So, like the military portion, you know, you have women who join the military, correct?
Yes.
Can they necessarily fill a male-dominated MOS?
MLS.
Not
Military.
without a lot of hardships.
So I'll try to speak in plain civilian.
Yes.
Military.
term. occupational specialty. So their job. So I was infantry. I was in the infantry for 5 years. I've met I literally not even 5 females in the infantry field. Because it is a very physically demanding field, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not being sexist. It's just
Truth.
males are we have chromosomes like humans have
Oh, bro.
I hope so.
Humans have chromosomes. We are built completely different from a female. Like we have muscles. We have different muscle. Biggest thing is muscle memory. I can take apart an M4 in sub-odd seconds compared to a female who's just like cannot do it. I can lift more than a female who cannot. It's nothing. I mean, I guarantee you, I can probably meet females in the civilian world who can lift a lot heavier than I can. It's nothing. Again, it's not sexist or anything like that. It's just males are built.
You don't see them as
Males are built different.
Exactly. That's all.
Females are built different. I mean, you always have those exceptions, but yeah.
Yeah, any female can work out to be as strong as a man, but in the end, that man is still going to be naturally stronger.
We have this thing called testosterone, which is basically
the big T,
a chemical in our body who's going to push a male completely until the fucking end. Angry, sad, whatever. We're just about to build up this huge adrenaline boost. Is just we're gonna do it. That's it. That's it. A female doesn't produce that same chemical as a male. That's it. I'm sorry.
Thank you. One thing to add on to that. Men are built to be the tanks, women are built to be the tacticians.
Yes.
Tactician.
Women are smarter. Women are smarter. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like we could talk like the nursing field. Like we could talk about the nursing field too. That's female dominated.
It is dominated, but
the medical field alone is
a few years. There's like a good mix of both.
If you want to talk about the nursing field, I got you, but that's totally different. Fucking.
But like you see what I'm saying, like it goes hand in hand. But like no one ever talks about that because like men just don't care. Like we know women are better at caring for people. We know women are better at nurturing. We know women are better at talking to people.
It's natural. It's natural.
Yeah. Like
look at it this way: anytime you've gone to the dentist, okay, and the nurse has to prep you for whatever dental work you need done, like they have to give you the shot of Novocaine. Yeah, like who do you feel more comfortable doing the prep work? A female nurse or a male nurse?
Like a female nurse. Hands down, female nurse.
And like Becky, Devin, like what about you two? Like whenever you've gone to the dentist, do you feel more comfortable having a female nurse do something like that prep work for you before the dentist actually comes in, or do you want a male doing it? Like who makes you feel more comfortable?
Who do you want in your mouth more?
Pretty much.
Tyler Carver is fucking. I want his fucking wiener in my mouth. To be
honest, I hate either. Basically, I don't want to be there.
You just hate dental work, period.
I want it to just
dentist suck.
Be done.
Yeah, but nobody likes a dentist. Nobody in the world. If you like a dentist, you have a fucking terrible oral fixation.
We went on you for the Andrew Tate thing. It's time to move on to the next person. How do you feel about him, Heather?
Oh, I like him. He's a good dude. I mean, pretty much how it was back in the day. And
old heads.
Yeah, it's been womenized. I mean, it really has.
Don't die. Choking on that ghost stick?
If you don't know what
Smoke another one, Johnny.
Joke boy.
How about you? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm out of this conversation. I'm just throwing my 2 cents in.
Becky?
It's kind of like a back and forth. At some point points that he brings up that are very legit. Like, I understand you want to be like a role model, but I can understand why people don't like certain ways he words the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I understand why people hate him, and I understand why people love him, especially with different generations. Because even Heather, like, not that much older than us, but he is older, so it's like the older mentality.
Yeah, it is.
So I get it, but for the ones that are wanting that instant gratification now, nobody likes it. Like, I get both points of it. I understand why people are all for him or hate him.
All right, Devin.
Devin?
I'm caught in the middle right now. I don't know too much about Andrew Tate. I know that he was on Big Brother and he was an ex-MMA boxer and stuff like that. I know that he's been around on TikTok and a lot of those videos are negative. I am aware of that, but I am in process of trying to look more into him so that way I can get a more well-rounded understanding of him, because you're right. There are people that can be, considered misspoken or bad, because of a 5-minute snip that is taken out of total context of the full situation. So I'm not going to say that I like him, but I'm not going to say that I hate him either. I'm just kind of in this weird space right now where I need to do a little bit more research on him.
That's fair.
Uncomfortably agreeable is the best way, I think.
Jerry. Steve.
Right.
So I'm sure everyone kind of knows my stance on Andrew Tate. I like the dude. Obviously, some of the stuff that he says I don't fully agree with, obviously. But I believe
He's not a guy you necessarily want to go to the bar with.
Oh, I'd definitely go to the bar.
Oh, yes, I would.
Yeah, especially
Fuck
if he's paying
yes,
for
I
it.
would.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, he's got millions. Like, you're gonna have a good night.
I never said that. I never said he was paying for it.
Oh, fuck yeah, you would pay for it.
The fuck he is?
But, like, I believe he is a very good role model for young men.
Wow.
And to make
You're
them,
thinking about.
He
and
does
to
have a
make,
shaved head, so he does look like a mole.
and to make men again, but he kind of words things wrong, and I think he's starting to realize that, because the more famous he gets, he's starting to word things a little bit different than what he was back then, because, like, he said in an interview himself, like, he was just posting videos, didn't give a fuck what he said. It was only like 500 views, and all of a sudden he blew up. So now he's starting to, like, change the way he talks about things, like his key words that he uses. And I completely get why some women hate him, because of the snip clips of, like, saying this or that, or, like, there's a thing it was clipped out. He said, like, his sister is
His sister was her husband's property. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that one. But he's talking about it as, like, you give your woman away, like the father's giving the woman away in marriage thing. That's what he's talking about.
What I think what people misconstrued about that was that back in the olden days, like in the 1800s, when the fathers made the arrangements for marriage, that's what is being misconstrued, because essentially during that time women were considered property if you think about it, in the 17 and 1800s.
But
so
that's still going on today.
But I mean, that's done and over with. Women have the right to vote.
Let her talk.
Okay.
Go ahead, Devin.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it's just from that view. I think what he's trying to say is, something in that, tie-in of how it was originated. But I do agree that the way that he worded it probably was not the best way that it should have been executed.
Yeah. And you probably didn't see it, but in the Pierce Morgan interview, he, like, kind of worded it different, but, like, he just, like, explained, like, giving your woman away in, like, marriage, like, religion thing, like how everyone does nowadays.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. I didn't get through the full thing, but I did see him starting to talk about that. Yeah.
But, like, just the way he was trying to set him up in traps and stuff, and he kept interrupting him and how he's talking and trying to make full points, like trying to cut him off as soon as he says something that he doesn't first agree with. Blah, 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 blah. Like, they are definitely they're definitely smearing the fuck out of him. And
Oh yeah.
the whole manipulation of social media and stuff, it is absolutely wild. Fact checking and all that fucking bullshit. Like, there's nothing wrong with a man being a fucking man. Masculine energy is not toxic. It is a good, beneficial thing for females and men.
Fucking Roach.
I'm so strong.
I'm a strong boy.
Like, I don't believe he should have been banned because, like, in all reality, like, the Taliban have a fucking Twitter account.
Oh no.
Like,
Yeah, they
Oh
do.
no.
like,
Oh no.
come
Please.
on now.
Oh no, please don't
I
get
think
it.
they have a Facebook page.
Oh, they got a
Yeah,
Facebook page
yeah,
too,
they
but
they have a
Andrew Tate's
Facebook,
banned
Twitter,
because he
and
said
fucking-
man should be man. You know what I mean?
Please don't get it.
Roach, just let it go. Just let it go, Roach. Just let it fucking go.
You know what? No, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I'm gonna keep drinking and smoking and not gonna say a fucking thing because that is totally
Here,
that's
cheers,
not my-
Roach.
Cheers.
Cheers, Roach.
Cheers to
Cheers.
that one.
Go
Cheers
ahead,
to this.
On to the
Spooky.
next.
How do you feel about him, Spooky? Spooky's in the chat, by the way.
Know much about him,
Oh, I got
so
you.
I can't really give an opinion on it.
I'm not gonna be make it about me, but I just learned a song while I was in the chat. It's a live song.
Alive?
If you ever heard of the band Live. No.
What?
Still alive. No, the band Live or Live, however you
Live?
pronounce it. Anyway, no, I was just fucking jamming around. Anyway, I want
It's
to hear.
Live.
Sir, I'm having a
Yeah.
great time. I love this. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for just let me talk. I can't talk. I'm not allowed to talk in my environment.
Oh, sir, you can come back on to the next one. Because I feel like we're going to be doing another one, because we're getting some good stuff on here.
I love it. I love this shit. I do. I love talk. I just want to express my opinions because I'm a sad, lonely piece of shit.
No, you're
Don't-
not.
We're
I'm
going
up
to
to
be
it.
covering a toughie subject next.
There's so many people talking right now. I can't understand what the voices in my head are saying.
Alright, we're going to be covering depression next.
Alive is what I am.
You don't have to fill in on it. I just want you to listen.
No, you know what? I probably should because we'll leave it to the
Well,
yeah.
before the other two get back, I guess I'll just put my little input on it. I don't believe in like the clinical depression. Like, you caught it from the air and like you can't be happy again without taking these pills. Like, I don't believe in that, but I very much believe in being depressed or feeling depressed.
Yeah, your environment produces depression.
Yes,
It's
I was
not-
just about to mention that.
Your like surroundings, your environment is just like, is it matching the same energy as you? No, probably not. If it is,
That's why.
then you're not depressed. If it isn't, you're not. You're gonna be depressed. Depression is an energy. I'm sorry. I'm fucking. Just
Oh,
a
you're
second.
good. 90% of depression is situational. Meaning you take that person out of that
That's why-
situation and they can get better.
That's why I got out of working corrections as soon as I did.
Oh, I feel you there. Well, not corrections, obviously. I'm a little bit
Right.
small for corrections.
Dude, there were people your size fucking working in that thing.
Yeah, dude.
They got big
Females your
I've
size.
seen- no, I've
fucking-
watched it. Little beat bops.
balls. Yeah, I get beat up on the first day.
I would never let anyone beat you up. I'd fucking. Oh god, dude! If anyone laid a hand on my friends, I'm gonna pee on them and then beat them up.
Okay,
I
In
like it.
that
that's what I
order.
was gonna say.
100%. 100%. I would beat them up with
Yes,
pee on my
it's-
hands.
Spooky, what
Say
were
what
you
you're
gonna
gonna say,
say?
Spooky.
Like I said, I've known.
Shut up! It's Spooky's time. Shut up.
It's Damn.
Well, when he mentioned peeing on somebody, I was gonna say, okay, R. Kelly. On the subject of depression, I thought clinical depression meant you had a chemical imbalance.
Yeah, clinical necessarily doesn't have to be with a diagnosis. It's I mean, clinical, yeah, fuck, dude. Oh, dude, like I can delve so deep into this.
Anything in the medical field, you got to take with a grain of salt because they are there to make profit. That's what they do. They expect you to be sick. They want you to take their pills. They want you to do this. They want to make profit off of you. Unfortunately, it is not healthcare. It is sick care.
But working in the medical field, not in a doctor's setting, but working in the actual emergency setting where it's someone calls you because they're sick, you have to you can't diagnose them, but you have to give your opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, clinical depression is a doctor's diagnosis, but if you see someone who's just like, I am unhappy, hey, I'll give you $1 million. Are you still happy? No. You know what I'm saying? Like clinical depression doesn't necessarily have to mean an objectivity. It has to mean a chemical in your body, which is just like dopamine. Dopamine makes you happy. You know.
And serotonin.
It's serotonin, yes.
Serotonin.
It fuels your it fuels your brain. It's like your vehicle. You know, you give your vehicle gas to fuel it up. Serotonin and dopamine are like fuel for your brain. Like, this is what's gonna make it run. This is what's gonna make it run properly.
So to touch on being diagnosed with clinical depression and having a chemical imbalance at the same time, like, what are you doing to your body? What are you eating? What are you digesting with your brain? What information are you taking in? That all has to count into the chemical imbalance that is set. So you gotta look at, again, what is he digesting? What kind of garbage food is he putting into his system?
No, not necessarily. Okay,
Let me finish. If anyone knew, about 90% of the chemicals comes from your gut. If you fuck with your gut biome and eating trash and shit, you're not going to get that serotonin you need. You're not going to get that dopamine you need. About 90% comes from the bacteria in your gut. And you got to look at what are they putting into their body to disrupt their gut biome. Because antidepressants were actually been proven to fuck up your gut biome. It fucks up your bacteria, which fucks up your serotonin you're trying to get. So those antidepressants are actually doing more damage than what they're actually supposed to help you with.
I wanted to save this for the podcast, but I moved to North Carolina about, we'll say, what, two and a half months ago. Becky, Brandon, yeah. Undue circumstances, bad circumstances. I'm like, hey, I gotta change my life, and so on and so forth.
Your phone.
And I had prized possessions in my vehicle. I was happy because I'm like, hey, new start, new life. You know, I'm gonna do something better with my life. I'm still working out. I've been working out for 3 years. You know, like eating properly, working out, and so on and so forth. And I moved to North Carolina. I moved with one of my great friends from the Marine Corps. I left all my prized possessions in my vehicle, and 3 days into being into North Carolina, all got stolen. Gun, gun with pistol with ammunition. My prize guitar, $1,000 guitar,
the purse.
Yeah, the purse with, you know, $1,000 guitar, all the cables, all my pedals I bought, amplifier, my PlayStation 4, TV, all sorts of, like,
Expensive shit too.
No, not even necessarily like expensive shit. Like yeah, that fucking hit me hard. But like, I had yearbooks, I had my birth certificate, I had,
Your military stuff.
no, I had my military stuff with me. But like, family pictures. People people that are not alive anymore, pictures of them and stuff, like big Home Depot box and stuff like that. Some person decides to fucking remove that from my vehicle, and it's not necessarily the fact that what I eat, what I digest, how I do it, but it's like the fact that someone removed a little bit of fucking happiness from my life and decided to take it from their own, and who God knows what the fuck they're doing with that. It's in a dump right now, obviously. The gun is being used for a murder charge. The guitar is being sold somewhere
For
on the
crack
fucking...
or something.
Yeah, right. I can't necessarily debate on what I intake fully. Yeah, I can be eating sugar and I can be eating fat and stuff like that. Yeah, that's gonna depress me, but like moments in time, that's what's gonna hit me the fucking hardest, because that is what fucking fucked me up more than anything in my entire life, is because childhood memories and memories I collected are now gone, and I've had to restart. I've had to literally restart from scratch, build up into something I enjoy, and I'm still not happy because, you know.
Right.
Sorry
No, I
for
get
that
that.
little. No. I apologize for that little spurt, Brandon.
No.
So on,
Don't be
so
afraid.
forth.
Everybody show Roach some love.
It's something you need to get out, dude.
It's a hard life you live. No person's life on this planet is easy. You make what you can make of it. You have circumstances that fucking derive from the path you're straying on, and it's gonna fuck you up along the way. But you have to be stronger on the end. But it's hard to be stronger on the end. You wake up every day and you're like, you think you're good. You know, you think you're okay. It's like, I have this, I have such and such and whatnot, and it's like, shit, there's a part of me that's gone. How do you and you know, that's the topic of this next section is loneliness. It's just like,
yes, we're getting these stories out because we're gonna on how to work through it all. All right, Heather, you have any input, my good sir?
Huh?
You got anything?
I mean, depression lasts. It should go away. Just
comes back.
I mean, I just learned to deal with it. You just deal with it and drive on and move on.
This is why I wanted Heather on the podcast, because he's an old head.
I mean, I've been through a lot. I don't know everybody's story, but everybody's unique. So I mean, I've had a lot of deaths in the fam. Moved a lot. Dealt with nasty ex-wife. So, I mean, I'm still here. You know what I mean? Right. There have been a lot of times where I'm glad I didn't have a pistol or something like that. You know, but you got to look for what you're living for, and just try to pull through.
Yeah, he's got to speak up.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Stand up, Vince.
You're good. You're good.
He is standing.
Sorry, Heather, I gotta get in your
snout, motherfucker.
But Roach, I'm actually in the same situation you're kind of in, so I get it. And trying to go through it every day is just, you gotta take a day at a day.
Right.
Day at a time?
Yeah, that one. But you always feel like depression's a losing battle, but at the same time, as long as you pull through, that's why I just take it day by day. Still can't hear me? Damn it. How much of that do I have to repeat?
We heard most of that.
It was just very low.
Well, I wasn't trying to shout into it. I mean, I can.
You just gotta point your face hole towards it when you talk.
Got it. So, well, at least I don't have to look at anybody that way. Fuck your finger. That's all I gotta add on it.
Becky?
I think mine is more like, personally, it's situational, based on everything. You guys here know what's going on, what I've gone through, still going through. But I mean, it's just a matter of the fact: are you going to push yourself to go through whatever battle you're against, or are you going to flop down and say, "I can't do this. I throw in the towel. I wave the white flag. I'm going to give up." Either you're going to push and persevere. There we go. Big word. You're going to persevere through it, or you're going to let life literally just run you over. Like you're going to change.
Right.
You're going to be a different person. That you carry with you, regardless if it's a bad thing. But you still have to keep going. It doesn't have to be 100% anymore. But you got to do as much as you can, as best as you can, based on whatever you had to go through.
Devin or Spooky?
Spooky, if you want to go, you
Kinda
can.
have-
No, it's okay. I said go ahead if you want to first.
So I kind of have a question for recognition when it came to medication and how it makes you feel worse or makes you worse. Have you been on them before?
I have taken Adderall and stuff like that because of my ADHD.
I meant antidepressants.
They did put me on that before because I went through a very long scenario where they were trying to diagnose me with something that I didn't have, and they eventually found out through countless of years of guinea pigging me with a bunch of different medications that they finally found out I have an autoimmune disorder. And yeah, they had me on antidepressants and stuff, and it literally turned me into a zombie. I didn't want to learn anything. I didn't want to improve myself. Everything was just okay. There is no up valley. There's no down valleys. You have to have your ups and you got to have your downs, because your downs is what builds you as a person and a character. If you don't go through a little bit of trauma, then like doing something that's simple is going to devastate you. If you don't have a little bit of trauma in your life and be able to get through it, like you won't be able to get through life the same.
Build your thick skin.
Yeah, like a little thing that happens, like, hey, you don't have money until next week, so you can't get food for the week or whatever. Like, if you haven't dealt with that before, like, it's going to be devastating for you. It's going to cause you sadness. Like, if you dealt with it before, like, fuck it, whatever, done it before.
Is what it is.
Yep. And I don't like that about antidepressants, because it just levels the field. There's no ups and downs, and you're just okay. You don't want to self-improve. You don't want to further push yourself into getting things done. You're okay.
You lack all self-motivation.
Yeah, you kind of lose motivation in trying to make yourself better, because now you're just counting on the time, waiting. Oh, okay, it's about 6 hours. I got to take my pill. Like,
I was gonna say with the antidepressants, I have a different experience with that, because I was on different ones, and I'm finally on one that's actually helping. I still have downs. I still have ups. There's no just zombie, just okay. But it helps me. And it especially helps with my postpartum depression that I deal with really badly.
that's understandable. But at the same time, like, you have to see it from, like, being a healthy perspective. Like, if you have to take a pill to make yourself better, there's something that you have to do in your life to change and heal yourself.
Well, I'm in the process of doing that too. Like, I'm in therapy.
There you go. But, like, that's just what I'm saying. Like, it can help short term, but anything long term is actually going to damage you in the end, because your brain's going to get rewired to the point where it's going to depend on this pill's chemical to fill your brain to make you function right. And and your brain's just not going to create that chemical by itself anymore. That's why I'm kind of like anti-medication, anti-pharmaceutical, and things like that. I know it does upset people, and I am sorry for that, but that is the personal things I've been through. I watched my entire family get destroyed because of pharmaceuticals. Like, I've even, like, been addicted to pharmaceuticals myself because of all the doctor stuff that they put me through. Like, I got off all that shit. Like, I'm good.
Now we know what's wrong with them.
But like, I'm also different. I don't know. Becky can account for this. I have an absolute disconnect with feelings and sentimental things, and I don't know why. Like pictures, like shit that people giving me, I just don't care. Like, I could lose my phone with all the precious pictures on it. Like, it wouldn't faze me. Like, I'm not sure if that's a weird disconnect mental thing that I have, or if I'm like slightly autistic, I guess. But
no, it's a disconnect.
Yeah, definitely a disconnect.
I mean, it's not.
I get that too.
I think it's partly because my family is so broken. To be honest.
That does play a big part. I can speak firsthand. That is a big part.
Devin, did you have anything that you wanted to add on?
No, the only thing I really have to say is that I've been through these situations of, going through phases of depression to where it's for only certain situations, but I haven't had it to where I was like clinically diagnosed with it for that reason or anything along those lines.
Can I ask how it made you feel to be diagnosed with it?
Oh no, I wasn't diagnosed with it. I was saying that that I've only experienced it based on certain situations that happened throughout my life, but I've never been officially diagnosed with it. No.
Gotcha.
I've been diagnosed with it.
Can I ask something?
Of course.
It's gonna be a hard thing to fucking ask, but
everything's respectful here, by the way. No.
So someone needs to turn on their mic though, because it's like background.
Odie.
Yeah.
Who is the question directed towards?
Everyone.
Oh, okay, got it.
So, I've experienced this, but who's afraid to ask for help in a depressive situation?
I'm not afraid to ask. I just don't like asking.
So Tyler Carter said the same thing as I did. You're okay. You say you don't like it, but
yeah.
Subconsciously, in a way, you're kind of embarrassed because it's not socially acceptable to ask for help. Correct?
No, it's not that I'm embarrassed. It's that I have asked for help and have not received it multiple times.
Okay.
So I just don't like asking, and I don't want to burden anyone.
Right. We're all the same way. I don't want to burden a single fucking person with my problems. Nobody else in this chat wants to burden anybody else with their problems because they don't think it is a serious issue to burn. Okay, say.
Well, let me say something real quick. It probably all depends on situations. I wouldn't want to go to somebody who hasn't been through a divorce, not seeing their kids, family deaths, just my situations. Same as I wouldn't expect you to go to somebody that has been through my situations and doesn't know too much about what's going on. Go through all the schooling you want, but real life experience, the actual book learning.
So PTSD.
Sorry.
PTSD.
Not touching that subject just yet.
That technically delves into the male loneliness.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I think everyone has their own form of PTSD here right now.
Right. I guess I kind of skipped forward into it. I kind of brought it up, but everybody has their form of PTSD, correct?
I'm gonna go pee. I can still hear you guys.
But
Hopefully we won't hear him.
He's gonna put the mic right next to the toilet.
Tinkle, tinkle.
PTSD doesn't necessarily have to deal with, you know, military veterans or so on and so forth. It's just basically a situation that fucks somebody up, correct? Like,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's post trauma. Post trauma.
exactly. Post trauma, like you can deal with so on and so forth. Like, I'm gonna hit it. I'm not a censored person, but like the hard subjects that people don't want to deal with, that's gonna fuck somebody up. How do we as not males, not as females, but how as humans,
Thank you.
how do we deal with it? We're afraid to deal with it. I can't talk to a therapist because, again, like she said, I feel as if I am a burden to talk to somebody about my fucking problems, which is somebody else probably feels the same way. We're all burdens, but we're all the same. You know what I'm saying?
Can I add on that?
Yeah, of course.
We all are somewhat in an agreement that we don't want to ask for help because we are a burden, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Would you rather burden somebody by asking for help or advice, whatever you want to ask? Or would you rather that same person be burdened by reading your eulogy?
Everything's 2020 in hindsight. You know.
No. It's not even hindsight. Would you rather burden somebody by asking for help, whether they can help or not?
Or let
if
them
it's just
have to
someone
live with the
listen?
fact that they have to read your
Or you
eulogy.
have them read your eulogy and your obituary. Which would you rather
Well,
burden
that's
them
if.
with?
Well, that's even if you're at that level of PTSD where you're going down that route. But what he's saying is you're too afraid to ask for help because that can also be very easily used against you.
Yes. I would love to touch up on that one, if I can interject real quick.
Of course.
Alright, so, no, it's how I want to word this. Recently, I just went through getting burned through by my whole family because of the fact I asked for help. Instead of wondering why I need help, they were more quick to judge the fact that I did.
Right.
So,
You know how often that happens? Not
So
to be
fucking
sexist, but that happens to males a lot more often
I was
than
just about to say.
anything.
Oh,
You can't support yourself? Why should I help you? Like, you're a full grown ass man and you can't handle your financials, you can't handle this, like,
Can't keep a job.
yeah.
Or
Yeah, I just don't like
it's
working
even the
with
matter
kids.
of like, oh, you know what, just hang in there, it'll get better, just
Keep
hang
your
in
mouth
there,
shut,
things will get better
kiss some
eventually.
ass.
Yeah, something like that.
No.
And to touch
It-
another,
I'll say you never get the answer that it's not so much the answer you want to hear, but you never get the answer that you need to hear as well.
yeah, that's a huge one. And another thing about men going to therapy, a lot of the time that is used against them,
especially in court, fighting for
especially
custody
in
and
court,
stuff.
for
Heavily
custody,
in court.
anything. And like, most dudes want to go get help, but if they do, like, they'll probably never see their kids again.
And if you do, damned if you don't.
So that's
Now-
why it's a very, 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 very touchy subject.
Can I say something?
Absolutely.
I was in a place where things happen. Things people shouldn't see. I was in a combat zone. I'm gonna say it. I was in a combat zone. Things people shouldn't see. I saw, and it just destroyed me. I tried to go to talk to somebody, and
It's okay, bud. Take your time.
said individual said, "Well, it's happened for X amount of years. You should be okay."
That's bullshit.
You're never
Now-
okay once you
now-
come back from something like that.
I-
You can
I'm
live
not-
with it to an extent, but you're never okay.
I don't dwell on the situation. I don't dwell on seeing things like that, but it can happen to anybody. In which case,
You joked.
who can you rely on to talk to? Because I hate to say it, don't take this the wrong way, recognition. if I saw somebody burn in a fire, literally burn to a crisp in a fire, my eyes, and I was like, "Can I talk to you about this?" And you're like, "I don't know what to say. Am I gonna feel offended by it?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to prepare for a situation in cases like this, in which case leads to the subject of loneliness. I'm not talking about male, I'm not talking about female, I'm talking about human loneliness, where it's like, can you connect to another person which knows about the situation and how they dealt with it? How did they deal with it? How can they help you deal with it?
There's
know what
a
I'm saying?
much stronger human connection back in the day.
Oh,
Back
of
when
course.
all the World War II dudes came back,
Mm-hmm.
like the actual male connection from like dude to
They-
dude was
they-
like much
they-
much stronger back then.
They all literally
they
went
were
through the
literally-
same thing. They
Yeah.
went.
They all
Like,
supported
that's-
each other. It was a huge thing back then. They all supported each other. Now it's like,
Right.
good luck.
Right, like they could talk to each other because they're like, I saw the same, so on and so forth. But I'm not necessarily talking about a specific situation. I'm talking about a traumatic situation in which can you connect to another human being just because they have a different situation I have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's a little difficult.
Yeah. It takes a lot of work, a lot of patience, and a lot of fucking communication.
Right.
Sorry, my
Right.
language.
No, I mean,
Go ahead, Devin.
I've seen people shot. I've seen people killed. Can I talk to anybody in this chat about it?
This guy right here. This guy right here.
All of us.
Yeah, everybody in this chat.
Yeah,
is-
Not on stream though.
Right.
No, we'll save that for the after.
Noted.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, do you share the same common experiences I have?
To an extent, yes.
To an
Maybe
extent,
not the
yeah.
identical, but
Yeah.
as close to it as we can relate.
But
I mean, you
Stop.
figure. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. Well, I was gonna say someone is. I'm not a closed-minded person, but someone who's just like, this is my first deployment. I don't know how to feel about this. Can I reach out to somebody?
This guy right here. Anytime you need to talk to somebody, message me.
Yeah, like the male loneliness is you are not supposed to be lonely. You are supposed to be strong. You are supposed to be independent. You are supposed to focus on your family. You are supposed to be so on and so forth. But every human being on this planet goes through challenges. Correct? Like
Yes.
we all go through our
Mhm.
fucked up shit. How can one person deal with so much without breaking loose? And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna shut up.
Perseverance, consistency, strong mind.
Strong will.
Yeah, that one too.
It's also a matter of you pretty much answered your own question. I found for a lot of the problems that I've dealt with, it's finding somebody who, like you said, has been through those same or pretty damn close to the same experiences as you have, and they can give you their ideas and their thoughts on what they did. But sometimes it's just the simple act of just putting it out on the table, just like, hey, I need to get this off my chest. And sometimes simply just doing that has been enough of just, okay, it's no longer just hiding in the book. Like, it's now the page is open. It's for somebody to see and let them get, make their, I guess, their choice, their decision on it. So sometimes, like I said, it's just simply just putting it out there is one of the best ways to help you deal with it. Is just let somebody know, like, hey, look, whether you've been through this shit or not, just talking to somebody in general is just the best way to help deal with it, because you never know. Sometimes that person, even if they haven't been through the same scenario, sometimes they have an answer for you.
Right.
I don't recommend necessarily going to a licensed therapist or psychologist,
Hey,
because I have
wait,
my
I
own
take
personal
offense to
opinions
that.
on that.
I do have at least an associate's in
You're not like-
psychology.
You're not licensed.
Doesn't matter. I eventually want to get licensed.
All right, let's
Well, you're not,
let
so
Devin
shush.
talk. She's been trying to talk for a minute. Spooky, you have anything?
I mean, when it comes to asking for help, I do go to my therapist or I go to my best friend. But only about certain things when it comes to my best friend. I don't talk to anybody about my past really anymore because people look at me like I'm crazy. I can say that I am here for anybody that does need to talk. I do that all the time. Even if I can't relate, I can sympathize and try to give any kind of advice, if that makes sense. Sorry, I worded it a little weird.
We got you. That was a good one.
That was about a 5.
I held it out. Excuse me.
Well, good on you, dude. Good job, good sir.
I gotta have respect for people. You know?
I think the key to beating depression in itself is having an absolutely solid friend base. I'm not talking just people who somewhat talk to you. I'm talking people who are straight up blunt with you. Tell you how it is, tell you you're being a fucking pussy, and you gotta get your shit done.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do to Roach, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about.
No, 100%.
Same with this group here.
Like, you absolutely need a solid group of friends.
But I have to renege on that because you did start this conversation off with a chemical imbalance.
You did.
It's a good song title.
Because not necessarily, because because yes, people can have a legitimate chemical imbalance, but that doesn't necessarily lead to depression. Situations lead to depression.
Yes,
in my opinion, because it can build. My life has been nothing but fucking garbage up until the point where I'm just like, you know, what do I do? Why do I feel like crap all the time? You know, it's not necessarily like I could be living the best life. I could have $6 million in my bank account. I could have 6 Ferraris in my driveway. I could be living the best, you know, best life I can be living. But why do I feel like crap? Am I missing something? It's not necessarily a chemical imbalance. It's
an imbalance in life.
Exactly. You're missing something. You're missing a companion. You're missing someone to talk to. You're missing some sort of sentimental feeling in your life or normality. You know, like I don't want to relive the actions of said event that happened so many years ago anymore. I want to relive, you know, the happiness I felt when I was playing fucking guitar and singing in a crappy fucking band back fucking 10 years ago with fucking Xrecognition over here when he's jamming out and I'm just like, can you hear me? You know,
that
like
was the worst song choice ever.
Oh, dude, what else could I sing? You know, that's what I'm saying. We're you know,
the mic can make it better.
It's not something as minuscule as that. It's something that's so detrimental to your fucking life that's just impacted your health that where it's like, am I worth it or am I not? I felt for the past 3 weeks I am not worth it.
I'd bring you back.
I can do it too. But you're kind of dealing for a little bit.
But all I've done, you know, I've thought about it. I'm like, okay, I don't have my gun anymore. I don't have the means of ending my life necessarily quickly and efficiently. Yes, I have knives in my apartment. Yes, I have things that I can do it. But I'm like, do I really want to end it? No. Fuck no. I want to live the best life I can. And I strive to make every person I come in contact with to live the best life they can. You know, like, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
You persevere.
I persevered. You know, it's not a chemical imbalance. It's not a chemical imbalance. It's what can you do to find meaning in life? Look forward to something. I can be bigger and stronger, and I can progress in my job any other day, and I can be like, fuck, this is my goal. Let's fucking accomplish said goal. Let's do all the steps to get to said goal. And now I talk to people, and they're like, well, this is how I feel, said other veterans. I know I'm talking a lot. I'm sorry, I'll end this quick. But other veterans, it's like, well, why do I feel this way? Hey, fucking persevere. Find something that means something to you, and this can apply to other people. Find something that means to you, and go for it. You know what I mean?
Rub some dirt on it.
Yes.
Rub some dirt on it, change your fucking socks, drink some fucking water, take some ibuprofen, and go for it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm fucking saying? That's exactly what I'm saying.
Take some ibuprofen. That is a true military statement right there. Drink some water and take some ibuprofen.
Take all the pain, all the fucking bullshit, fuel yourself, and be like, this is the goal I want to accomplish, and go for it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm sorry I had to dredge on for so long, but like,
You're good. Spooky, you're not.
Male.
He was still
I actually
finishing.
had a question in regards to that. In regards to the chemical imbalance thing, I had a question. Do you feel the same way with bipolar depression or postpartum depression? That it's not a chemical imbalance?
Me?
Postpartum is.
Yes.
Your chemicals are still out of whack from having a baby and having him or her inside of you. You still have all that excess is just leaving your body. It is a chemical imbalance, but a natural chemical.
I think the chemical.
That's also sometimes you gotta catch yourself.
Or
If that
keep
makes
fighting
sense.
yourself.
You gotta like kind of open your mind to like what you're actually consciously doing, if that makes sense.
Sometimes you, without realizing it, you hold on to that feeling and that emotion, and you're not doing it intentionally, but subconsciously you're holding on to it. And
Oh, I was just talking about like the bipolar with the feeling this way, like in that way, drastically. Like that is a chemical imbalance, and your body's going through it. But at the same time, you got to kind of step back and kind of realize what you're doing. At the same time, that's also a power and strength of mind, will. I don't know what to call it. The mind is the
Third person.
most powerful thing that you could possibly have. You can take yourself out of depression without the help of anything, just by the power of thought.
But sometimes you legitimately can though. It's just like some situation takes control of your body and your mind so forcefully and so on. You cannot release that energy, or you cannot not release that memory, or and so forth, to get out of said state. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't believe it's a chemical reaction. I believe it's just like what you deal with in life, and it's just how you can. I don't want to say how you can fix it, but like
You can
you hold on to it.
All right, we're gonna go back to Spooky.
I only asked about the postpartum because I personally believe it to be a chemical imbalance. I was actually told that I had it before I even had my child.
While you were pregnant or before you were pregnant?
While I was pregnant.
That's not.
Well, yeah, your body is. I mean, technically, your body is going through different chemical reactions and changes while you're pregnant. I can see that. But if they're saying you have it like before you got pregnant, then again, I'm also not a dropout doctor from New Jersey, so I'm not qualified.
Doctors said that you have postpartum depression while you were pregnant. Go see a different doctor.
It wasn't my doctor. It was she was a psychiatrist, I believe.
Oh, jeez.
You go see a different doctor right now.
No, it's not.
That was when she
right
was
after
pregnant.
I had him. She
But I'm
said
saying,
that I had showed
if there's-
signs of postpartum depression before I had
Yeah,
him.
but she goes to the
But
actual
signs
doctor now about something
and
like
saying that you
she
have
can
it,
file a lawsuit.
two totally different things. You can have signs of it and then not have it at all. But
signs
for them
is
to
that
say that you do have it,
I didn't mean to word it that way. I'm sorry.
I was like, that is not a thing.
Looks like I'm
Don't give the cardiac
because of
a
Tank.
heart attack.
What?
Yeah.
For working in the medical field, I'm not a doctor. I'm not gonna say I'm a doctor. I've worked in the medical field. I've worked in the emergency department and so on and so forth. But
You're medically inclined, at least.
I've graduated EMT school and I've so on and so forth. But some doctors will do it for a profit because, they prescribe said medication or they diagnose said illness or so on and so forth so they can...
I don't know what it is. Let's go do some more tests.
Exactly. So they can build on their prescription. They can keep getting money, blah, blah, blah. I always recommend a second diagnosis.
Sometimes
because
a third is necessary.
Because postpartum depression is...
Yeah.
Postpartum depression is just... I can't describe it as a male, so to speak. It's
Okay,
just something...
What does post mean?
After.
Okay, so how does somebody say that you have XYZ post
after
and you're
said
not
child?
even post? That's where I'm like, what?
That was me wording it wrong. I apologize for
Right,
that.
and that's what I meant. What I was asking, I'm like, how did they tell you have that? Yet
Right.
you're still pregnant. Like that didn't make sense.
Let's just talk about the fact that majority doctors are just shit.
I can concur with that, but emergency department or ER department doctors are actually legitimate. If you go to a normal physician and stuff like that, they're going to be like, "Well, patient needs blah 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 blah."
You really
But
just drink a beer on that one?
But emergency department are like, "Hey, this is what this individual patient needs because this is life-saving, nothing more, nothing less." But
I think that's
I agree with Xrec or Brandon, whatever the fuck you want to be called here. Sorry, but most physicians are just like, I'm gonna do this for the money because I get some sort of cut for said prescription I write or said diagnosis I treat.
Well, no, they get their money by getting you back to pay the bill again.
Well, the money's not in the cure. It's in the treatment.
Yeah. They already have the cure, they just don't want to fucking give it to you.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Like
They're
they
not
try and
Tom
write me
Hanks.
up if I didn't try to upsell at least fucking 20 things for the day.
Isn't it?
Or use a piece of shit part every time
Isn't
you
that
go to
fucked up?
fix it and
Oh yeah.
keep bringing it back.
Them motherfuckers would charge you $20 for 3 bolts that they have to use.
Yeah, and you can
No,
go to a
what
fucking
pisses me
retail
off-
store and be like, and spend fucking $10.
What
Yep.
pisses me off is that the garages charge $100 an hour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
And
when
then you
you
sit
learn
there
how
for
to do it
fucking
yourself.
12 hours.
And you know what the sad part is? Mechanics have been getting paid less. So all the profits
Right,
going to the company.
Do the business. Yes, I fucking hate it.
Mechanics used to get fucking bank, bro. I'm talking bank. I knew one mechanic, he was clearing $100,000 a year.
God dang, man.
He was making fucking money. But they swept all that shit out from under the rug and you can't get away with it no more. Because mechanics are based on flat rate. So you do a job, you look up in a book, the book will say, oh, it takes X amount of hours. You'll get paid that amount of hours, but if you could personally do the job faster, you still get paid that X amount of hours. So say I get a 6-hour job, do it in 3 hours, fucking bango bango, that's money. Getting her done. But they changed the rates. Now instead of that 6 hours, now they're getting paid an hour and a half.
So
For a job that takes 3.
I'm gonna agree on that because I work a blue collar job now, right? I install solar panels.
Blue collar Joe?
Hey, he's
And-
the solar panel guy.
Yeah, where's my solar panels, Hope?
Shut your mouth, whore. No, it's not based on hourly rate, how long it takes to, drill into the said house and whatnot. It's based off of how many panels.
Yeah.
So I can have someone has fucking they decide to buy 10 panels. And my rate as a entry level installer is just for that job. I could be there for fucking 3 hours. I could be there for 12 hours. That is a blue collar setting nowadays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Work harder to earn more.
That's how much we're worth. So we just usually half the time we just sit there and we fucking talk shit, blah blah blah, whatever. Waste as much time because we all know this is how much we're worth. But guys who've been longer, who've been there longer, obviously earn more. So
they're gonna be
doesn't
busting
matter.
it out a little bit better.
Yeah, no, they don't bust it out because they know they're gonna. Doesn't matter how long they're there, they're gonna lay the same amount of panels. They're gonna get paid the same amount as I do. Well, not the same amount, but like.
Are you leaving, Spooky?
I was wondering if it was okay if I could.
Oh yeah. You can leave when you want.
No, you're not allowed.
Dang
You gotta stay here.
Join
Listen to
the
man ramble.
podcast.
You cannot.
I will probably still watch the stream. I need to. My social media's going and my migraine's coming back.
Oh no.
Hopefully you feel better.
Caffeine to go to
I
sleep.
hope y'all have a good stream.
Bye. Thanks for chatting in.
Bye.
Thanks for
Adios.
appreciate it.
Thanks for hanging out with
Night.
us.
Ah,
Good night.
Bye night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Mine,
Bye.
mine,
Bye.
mine.
She's gonna look at the stream like, are you serious?
So
Damn that movie. Damn that movie.
I'm gonna ramble on about depression for a minute if anyone wants to listen.
I can't hear you on my mic end, so what am I meant to?
Shame on you.
Being a dude who is absolutely disconnected from feelings in certain ways. Like I said earlier, like the power of the mind will ultimately judge how you feel. If you're constantly waking up every day like, man, why do I gotta wake up here? Like, this is so sad and depressing. It's like, oh shit, now I gotta go to fucking work. Like, why don't you change your state of mind and say, like, I get to go to work today. I get to work out today. I get to do this. I get to do that. That is an that will change your state of mind to the point where everything you do will feel like a reward, and you will start changing your thoughts, and it all starts with the power of the mind. You don't need pills, you don't need things to change your chemicals. Like, eat right, take control of your own mind, learn the power of social manipulation and try to get away and around it. In other words, breaking the matrix and not falling for their depressive bullshit. Like, we see more pharmaceutical ads than we see, like, healthy ads. Like, oh, to be healthy, you gotta take this pill. Like, that's some bullshit. Go to another country, you're not gonna see that.
Hell, what? 30 years ago. You didn't see that shit. Not as much as it, anyways.
The U.S. is absolutely confined to itself, and we are shut off from the entire world, and we need to start waking up and seeing what other fucking people are saying. Every other country is, like, they don't even want to accept our food, our produce, or our water. That tells you right there that there's something fucking wrong. We can't even take care of our own people. Like,
something opera.
It's way wrong. And that should be your next goal. But you need to look at every day is like, you can upgrade this about yourself. You could upgrade that about yourself. You could upgrade something in your life instead of saying, oh man, this fucking shit sucks.
Right, but at a certain point, that problem starts affecting other things in your life.
Oh, I totally get that. I went through a situation where it gave me PTSD. I still deal with it, and I still can't get over certain things about it. I'm not going to get into detail about it and stuff.
And that's where a lot of people get screwed over.
I mean, sometimes it can be the situation.
It is a situation, but I call bullshit on it taking that long.
Well, I can call bullshit. Well, here's the thing, Brandon. First-hand experience, I can call bullshit on you calling bullshit.
Well, duh. I'm just saying, from seeing the
Dang.
perspective of my dad and being the man that he is, he turned a situation that was making the whole family depressed, flipped a fucking 180 and got us all good in less than 2 months. All from perseverance and consistency.
Not everybody can do that, though.
But if you can't, then what are you really doing in life is what I'm saying. You're not pushing yourself to the full fucking limit. You're not pushing yourself.
And that's stuff and circumstance that they have to figure out for themselves. Granted, asking for help would come into play, but not everybody can do that. Yeah. And not everybody can cope with trying to figure it out for themselves.
And no one was taught how to cope with most fucking things and how to deal with most things.
Well, it's not even a matter of learning how to cope with it. It's just you can't find the answer to your problem. Some answers, like what Roach was talking about, like the traumatic experiences, you can find help for that, but not everybody can find help for the current situation that you're in. Like my person, and Becky can attest to this. When her and I first met, I was still living at home with my mom, who was manipulating me, and I was giving her my hard-earned money because she didn't want to work. And she had that manipulation where, okay, well, she doesn't want to lose the home, and I don't want them ended up living in some Section 8 housing in the ghettos of Cleveland. So that's why I busted my ass and worked as hard as I did and gave her 80 to 90% of my paychecks to get their bills on top of my bills paid. But that was leaving with no money to save up to go get like my first apartment by myself. Like everywhere that I've lived, I've always had to live with somebody else.
At least you at least when you would talk about it.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I had to switch over to my other AirPod because the battery died.
Do you want me to repeat, or do you want Coyote to repeat?
Anybody can.
But like it kind of goes back to the point, like you have to be strong-minded.